if I told you that there was a nearly instantaneous way to lower your stress level and improve your sense of calm and relaxation? Well, let's talk about it in this video.
Class is now in session at Elevate You, helping you discover your next level.
Hi, this is Dr. Tony D at Elevate Chiropractic in Ames, Iowa, where we are focused on helping people discover their next level of health and vitality. So, since you obviously stayed through the teaser at the beginning of the video, you are probably wondering, what is this magical method for nearly instantaneously decreasing your stress level and improving your sense of calm, relaxation, and well-being? And the secret is mindful breathing. So when we are stressed, one of the byproducts that is created by your body's internal physiology of being stressed is that our breath becomes more shallow and more rapid. Like the pace picks up, and we tend not to breathe fully deeply into our bellies. The breath tends to stay high in the chest. So when we're in that fight or flight type of response, in essence, it's like your body's saying we're in imminent danger, whether that's real or perceived, and we don't have time for breathing. We have time for action. So the actual process of mindfully reasserting control of your breathing does instantaneously improve your ability to deal with stress, reduces stress levels, and helps induce more feelings of calm and relaxation. So how do we mindfully start taking control of our breathing to induce that type of response? Well, the first thing that we can do is the opposite of what I just described. So that is focusing on breathing more slowly and more deeply, focusing on breathing down and using the diaphragm and filling the belly with air versus keeping the air high, focused high into the chest. The other thing with just breathing mechanics, when we're focused on mindful breathing, is make sure that we're breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. The second thing is focusing on making sure that your exhales are longer than your inhales. So that is the most basic method of attempting to assert more control of your breathing, is making sure that, once again, you're exhaling longer than you're inhaling. The third way that we can modify that is by adding holds to the breath routine. So that can be adding a hold at the end of the inhale, and that can be adding a hold at the end of the exhale, or both of those as you're doing a pattern of breathing. All of these are designed to slow the breathing process down. And when you can do that, that induces, once again, that desired sense of calm and improved well-being. So what are some mindful breathing patterns that you can do? The most basic would be to start with a breath pattern of inhaling, once again through the nose, diaphragmatic breathing, for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 6. If you've not done any breath work at all, ever, that's a great starting point. The next level up would be then increasing the amount of time on both the inhale and the exhale. So that would be doing a pattern like inhaling for 5 and then exhaling for a count of 10. And then as we advance along in a more advanced method is then to start exploring using those holds. So a good starting point would be a very popular breathing pattern where you're going to inhale fairly quickly. You're going to inhale through a count of 4. You're going to hold for a count of 7, and then exhale for a count of 8. Now, here's a couple ways that you can apply this. Number one, just like meditation, and shameless plug, check our previous video that we did on meditation. This can be something that you may want to do as a practice that you do for a period of time on a daily basis. The second thing would be then learning how to do this mindfully during the day. So it's improving your awareness that you're breathing, that you've moved into this more stressed type physiology. It's learning to recognize it and saying, okay, my breath is shallow, I'm breathing in my chest, clearly I'm showing signs of stress. It's then stopping and reasserting control of the breath. So it's saying, okay, I'm slowing down, I'm going to breathe in through my nose and work with the diaphragm, and then slowly exhale and continue to do that. And you literally feel your physiology shift and you feel yourself relax as you're doing this. I hope that you give this a shot. Once again, this is something that I find incredibly beneficial for myself, and I'm confident that you will too. If you enjoyed this video, there are 2 ways that you can see more content just like this. The first is by following us on Facebook or Instagram. You can search on either of those apps for @ElevateChiro. The other option is to become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.